Greetings to the Geek Clan. It's me, Grimlock Stonehammer, and I am with the elder of the Star Wars archives, you could say, Wayne.
Hello, everybody.
And we're not talking about Star Wars again, but we are going to be talking about, which I think we will be talking about Star Wars soon, because apparently there's a lot of Star Wars stuff coming out.
There's lots of Star Wars news.
News. Not
and then
stuff.
next week,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is next
Mandalorian.
week.
Which I haven't seen, so I don't have Disney Plus. But anyways, we're talking about Ghostbusters, and this is why I'm wearing this shirt today, because they actually honored the Ghostbusters in Stranger Things.
When's that season come out?
Soon.
Very soon.
Very
right?
soon, yeah. So maybe we'll do a Stranger Things.
I look that up while we're talking about
it's
it.
actually going to be more
Next
horror
week?
from right here. I think so,
nice.
yeah. It's going to be a lot darker. So we're going to talk about 1, 2, and what we think Ghostbusters 3 is going to entail. We watched the trailer and we checked that out. So this is a little bit about reminiscing and our projections of what we think is going to happen in the new movie, which I'm thoroughly excited about. It looks like an awesome trailer, but let's start with the first one. So, the first one was rushed.
Rushed?
Yes.
You thought it was rushed?
No, making the movie was rushed.
Okay.
You didn't know that.
No.
I actually watched a documentary on it and things that you didn't know. They didn't even have the license for the name Ghostbusters until the very end.
Huh.
So that's some interesting facts.
Which is
about
funny
it.
since
Nobody
the guy who did the movie Ghostbusters got sued because he, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head.
Because the original Ghostbusters with the monkey and the two other guys?
Nope.
No?
No, because,
What did they get so
no,
cool?
the song. We're talking about the song now.
Oh.
The song, I guess, part of the tune actually comes from a song by Huey Lewis and the News. So he sued Parker. Ray Parker.
He had. So another interesting bit about that is he was rushed on that song too, and it says it's gonna have Ghostbusters on it.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call? And I guess the guy was
Yeah.
freaking out
Yeah.
when he made it. But it's one of the most iconic songs
Yeah.
around Halloween to hear, and. Obviously, Ghostbusters have been iconic because now we have Ghost Corps, which is the cosplay groups in their different states and countries and stuff like that. So the original one was actually pretty good. I think it was a paranormal comedy, like it
Yes.
was. It was actually not too scary, and it was more scientific. And the way that it worked so well was you had actors who were playing scientists, and you had that one guy who was just Bill Murray, obviously,
Don't worry, yep.
being the hack,
Well, they were a good comedic team anyway. They had gotten together. They did
Stripes was one of them. Yes,
did Stripes. So they're very familiar with one another, very talented. So it's a good rapport between the actors. Good supporting cast. Too.
Yeah. So another interesting fact about this movie was who plays Ray. What is his name? Ray.
Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd, yes. Actually had a family to the spiritual seances in the 1920s. His family was actually into it, and they actually produced like this idea of this ghost busting and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting to see that. So, the first movie, we see a lot of horror stuff going on in this apartment. Starts off with all this crazy stuff. Well, the library scene too. Mm-hmm. That's the first one. And we actually see the ghost, and they're like, oh, we can actually collect it. Though, some of the things in the movie wouldn't fly today, like carrying a nuclear reactor on your back.
Well, that didn't go then either.
No, it didn't go then either. But, they didn't question it.
Well, yeah, I thought they did. I'm pretty sure they did question it.
Oh, yeah, the guy who's like, Dick, this man has no dick. Right. So, it was kind of interesting because they used to be college, and they were hacks, and they got kicked out. And
professors. They were professors.
They were professors, yes. And they wanted results, and they were getting worried. And then, Bill Murray's like, hey, you know what? Why don't we just start a business? Blah, blah, blah. And then this starts doing the Ghostbusters, and all these ghosts started to appear. Now, the difference between the second one and the first one, the ghosts in the first one weren't human-like, if you recall.
The ghosts in the first one were not human.
Yeah, the second one, they were more like apparitions and stuff like that. Which is
although human like there was the librarian.
The librarian was human like.
And then so was the main evil dude.
Yeah, Gozer the Traveler. Yeah, Gozer the Traveler.
And other than that, Slimer is just like an apparition. Well,
Slimer was supposed to be one of their fallen comrades.
Really?
Yes, from Animal House, the guy who went Toga. It was actually honoring him, and that's what Slimer was supposed to represent.
Oh, no kidding.
The fat Slav and whatever. And Slimer does make a second appearance in the second movie, Ghostbusters, but I feel that the first movie flowed better.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like they were trying to rehatch some things. Like, you have a giant thing, like, also, and like the Statue of Liberty moves with the ooze, and it's a lot. Yep. It doesn't feel it, it just
it didn't.
It's okay.
It didn't hold up to the first.
No,
one. First one was very well done. Second one was I wouldn't say it was bad, but wasn't great. It was good
because it was this evil painting, and a lot of crazy things going on, and but it kind of like seems like all of it failed. Like, it was a couple of years after the second one, and there were no more ghosts, and they thought they were hacks and blah blah blah, and they were like gone. But my thing is, then everything started to happen again.
Yeah. And
they were seeing like the slime that was like condensed evil from New York, but they were doing similar things like the Statue of Liberty. It was kind of cool to see, and listening to that song, but I'm like, they had to have slime packs, and it wasn't really ghost busting, It was okay.
Yeah. Yep. Do we talk about the third one?
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit, but I did like the cartoon. Love the cartoon, and I did like. Now, a lot of people don't know that there was a 90s version called The Extremes, which was really good too, but a lot of people don't give that one credit. But the reason why it says Real Ghostbusters is because the original Ghostbusters had one too, and it was kind of crazy from Funimation, and that's why it says The Real Ghostbusters on it.
Right.
So let's talk about what we think about the new one that's coming out. Now, this is totally different from the alternate universe, with they gender swapped everybody and did
so
the
let's
same
pretend
thing.
that never happened.
Yeah,
because
that doesn't happen in this universe.
I hate to say it because I was anxious to go and see that, and I did go see it.
I heard
in the theater, and the whole time I just what I didn't like is it was a reboot of the whole thing. It didn't happen in the original Ghostbusters universe, and that to me was a big thing. If you had done that, because there are some cameos from the original cast. And but that's cool. But they're not playing themselves. Yeah. So
if it was like that, was my biggest beef. If they passed the torch to the new generation, it could have been all female. That's not my problem. I have no problem with that. But it seems they just gender swapped everybody.
Pretty much.
Even Journey, like the secretary. You
know what I liked. I mean, the actors were good.
But they were just playing themselves.
But yeah, well, they were playing the characters from the original, in my opinion. And I just felt like the story wasn't well written, and in the end, I just felt like it was not up to par. It was a lousy movie.
I've never seen it, but Chuckles the Clown has seen it also, and he said that the ghosts were too Scooby-Dooby, and that the original was better with practical effects.
Yeah.
Than this one, this one. So we're done talking about that. We're done talking about that.
We're pretending like that movie never happened.
Okay.
So now we move on to Ghostbusters Afterlife, which it was supposed to come out this year, was postponed due to the theaters closing and COVID. So now it's supposed to open
in the summer.
I think
next
you
year.
saw summer. I saw March.
I saw I'd be awesome if it happened. Now I moved
But
in
anyway,
March.
2021 for sure. And it doesn't matter. They could say summer, they could say March, until we
And
know how this whole COVID thing's going to go and who's going to
I'm
survive in the theater world.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So if you watch the trailer, and the trailer is available out there. In fact, I just watched it myself.
Because we was like, well, we're gonna talk about Ghostbusters. It's like, you gotta see the trailer.
Looks really good, really good.
So I'm glad that they're postponing it to the theaters for next year, because that movie is something that needs to be seen in the theaters. I think first.
Yep.
I know like Bill and Ted, the new one came out, and it seems like this is a new fad for Hollywood now. Is taking old franchises and continuing the storyline, like in Cobra Kai and stuff like that. But you can only do it either good or just horrible, and some of them do it really good, but you're going to see some horrible. I think that this is going to be really good because the director of this Ghostbusters is the son who directed the other two.
Okay.
So he's gonna, yeah, it's kind of like passing the torch and the whole thing between the movies. And you see in the trailer, you don't know what's going on. Like you're in Midwest somewhere, and looks like a small town. It's very different from the Ghostbusters in the big city, which is different, which I like because we're in a different location. We don't know what's going on. And there's two teenagers, and they went bankrupt, apparently. The family went bankrupt. And they're going down, and the girl finds a secret entrance and looks, and you see spores. Who collected spores? Egon collected spores. Because he says it in the movie as a joke. So apparently Egon actually married and produced, and these are his grandkids. Okay, and I'm excited about that. That makes it like interesting, Passing, and they're a lot younger Ghostbusters than like the originals were in the 30s, I would say.
The original?
Yeah, the original Ghostbusters when they 30s, no 40s.
What are you talking about?
Like how old
were they?
Yeah. How old were they?
Yeah. Yeah, they were probably in their late 40s.
Late 40s?
Yeah, mid
that?
to late 40s.
30s?
Yeah. Mid 40s.
I would say 30s, but okay.
Okay.
So now it's totally different, but you still have homage to the original. And I heard a rumor that the original cast is going to play themselves in this. So
which would be cool. And that's what's nice about the movie is there actually is, there are ties to the original movie. So there's some family lineage there, right?
Yep.
Because right?
Yep.
And it's not a surprise. I don't think there's a spoiler here. They come across the Ecto-1, so that's in there.
Because they teased us the first time with that, and they put a teaser out, and I guess they wanted to see what the fans would say. Now, what happened, kind of like with the Deadpool footage, it blew up. And everybody's like, oh my god! Because it's this old barn, and there's lightning, and it's got the original music playing, and you hear the streams, the noise of the streams, and then lightning comes and then wind comes up, and then you see Ecto-1, and everybody was like, this is gonna be, now we get an actual trailer, and still,
Yeah, so I think what I see of the trailer is a lot of story development, which I like. Because one thing I don't like is going to see a movie where there's not enough character development.
It's all action.
And the story just kind of goes right in,
yeah.
and which is kind of where I felt like the one we don't want to talk about. That's kind of how that one went. But yeah, so this one looks good. I think the casting looks good. Who was I forget the guy's name that Ant-Man.
I don't know. I forget.
How do I not remember his name?
Yeah, Ant-Man's actually a science teacher.
Yeah.
And he apparently was really excited about that. He was actually taking pictures at the original firehouse in New York.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Is his name. Paul Rudd. Yeah.
So he was excited about that. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Paul Rudd I like. He's a very good actor. So the nice thing is the kids that are in this are teenagers, and they really don't even know what Ghostbusters is or was. because they have a ghost trap. And they
Yeah.
don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
And Paul Rudd's like, oh, man, that's a great reproduction. And they're like, a reproduction of what?
It's not.
And so, I like this. I like where it's going. I like that it's going to appeal to a much younger audience of today. And it'll appeal to a much older audience, my age, that went to see the original when it came out.
Yeah.
Heck,
So I think that it's going to be connections
yeah.
between the two, and one of the teenagers is already done the paranormal thing, and he's been in the upside down world. So no, he wasn't in the upside down world. One of the Stranger Things kids is playing one of the adults. I know.
I forget. I'm gonna find his name. Yeah, he's
was he in the upside down?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolfhard.
So
Finn Wolfhard.
He's used to the.
He was also in It.
Oh, was he in it?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was excellent in It.
And the new one, right?
Yeah, the new It. Yeah.
So it's just like a retelling it, and this is something new that Hollywood's doing. Instead of making reboots, they're doing the retelling of old storylines and seeing what happens, and this is kind of like passing the torch. They actually have some new things, so we're not expecting to see like a lot of the same stuff that we saw in 1 and 2.
Right.
Like
well, it looks like a completely different
Yeah.
story, right? So something is happening out in the Midwest, wherever they are, that they're feeling tremors of some sort, and they can't explain it because they're not around any fault lines or any tectonic plate type thing, and so it's unexplained as to why they're feeling these tremors. And so apparently there's going to be something paranormal. We know Slimer's in it because he's in the trailer.
Yeah, well, Slimer has to be in it. Because in the cartoon, Slimer had a really big role in the cartoon, and he was like the friend. And you actually saw it in the second movie where he's like, "Come on the bus, let's go," And he's been hanging around them for a while. And actually, in the cartoon, they actually explain that, like where the origins of like Slimer actually appeared and started hanging out at the ghost house and stuff like that. The thing is, so there is a theory. Dojo Dan actually has a theory about this that connects the first one to this one. Is he thinks that Egon basically followed the trail who built the massive spiritual tower. That's that guy. I forget what his name was, but it was looking for the metal for it. Now, if you look in the trailer, there's claw marks on the car. So, are these the demon dogs that we've previously seen? Is this, did Egon stumble upon the mine where this ecto-spiritual metal is that was built in the first one? Who knows? But Dojo Dan had came up with that. I was like, that's actually a good, theory about that. I think that you might be onto something. Who is going to be the main villain? We don't know. It's maybe it's Gozer. Maybe Gozer comes back.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought about the demon dogs right away.
Yeah, because the claw. You saw the claw, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Like, why? And then you heard the growl. So it's, Ecto 1's still kicking, so that's cool because there's a scene where they're driving. I don't think he's old enough to drive, but
yeah, he might be. He
might be. Yeah. So hopefully, but you know what? I'm glad that they never. If the original cast does show up, I'm glad they didn't show him in the trailer.
Right, me too. And as a matter of fact, the trailer, in my eyes, doesn't give enough of the story away, and I like that.
At all.
I like it just the way that it is. Don't reveal too much. I think that trailer right there is as far as I would go with giving any information about the movie. We know who the Ghostbusters are, and I think you gave us enough information to understand that we're dealing with a younger generation of Ghostbusters now
that are Egon.
Well, they're just falling into this. This is not something they were interested in.
Yeah, because they didn't know Grandpa.
They're falling into it.
They didn't know Grandpa.
Right, and now they're starting to learn about who their grandparents were, and it looks like they may fall right into this Ghostbuster role, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I like that we don't know everything about it.
Yeah. So I have to find the video. So Ghost Corp actually did one of the videos. I forget which Ghost Corp did, but they connected the Stranger Things with the Ghostbusters, and it was actually a good fan film. And at the end, the Men in Black came and is like, "No, this is out of your jurisdiction. They're not aliens. This is our thing. We know who you are." Blah blah blah. And it was actually kind of funny. It was a good fan film, so I kudos to you guys. There are some really good fan films of Ghostbuster for Ghost Corps, so if you're interested in that, check them out, because it would only make sense that they would franchise out, because New York can't be the only place that has infested with ghosts. So maybe we'll have franchised out a little bit in the new movie of different other Ghostbusters. Who knows?
Who knows? This could be the beginning of a trilogy. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. Yeah, it could be. But passing the torch is good,
Yep.
and we've seen it before with the telling of the time of what happens over the years, because Cobra Kai has done it, and they've done a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill and Ted, I haven't seen it, but I hear it's hilarious.
I haven't seen it yet.
I heard it was hilarious, and it was a very positive message, which we're lacking nowadays because everything is dark and whatever. So who knows? I can't wait to see it. Hopefully it's in March. I'm hoping it's in March because that's my birthday month.
Well, the important thing to know.
As long as it happens in theaters, I don't care.
The important thing to know is the film is shot.
Yeah, it's already done.
It's just about releasing the film.
Yeah,
so
and
it's when they want to release it, when they think they'll make their most money.
Yeah. And I think in theaters, I think it's going to be a blockbuster. I really have a feeling, because a lot of people like Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all ages, whatever, and we have fans still, and people still dress up in Ghostbusters and stuff like that, and Stay Puft and all the other stuff.
Does anybody even know who Stay Puft is anymore?
I know who Stay Puft is. Yes, people know who Stay Puft is.
Oh, okay.
I went to a con, and somebody told the person that he was the Pillsbury Doughboy. No, the Michelin Man. No, most people got it with Stay Puft. So,
yeah.
A lot of good positive reactions, a lot of pictures. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. But besides that, so we're really looking forward to seeing this. So hopefully this is going to be good. Stranger Things, I mentioned.
Really looking forward to that.
We're looking, and this is going to be the end of it.
Oh, it is last season?
This is last season, which I'm fine with that, because I don't want them jumping the shark. Apparently, Netflix has been canceling a lot of series that are really good for some reason. I don't know why. But we'll have to see how Stranger Things is. Because it's just evolving more and more, and I'm okay with them ending the season.
Well, it could be that they end the season in 5-10 years, so you'll get a reboot.
Yeah, or a continuation.
Yeah, a continuation.
Yeah, because
so you never say never, right?
Never say never. Yes.
Yep.
So thank you guys for joining us in the Geek Clan. Please write a comment below. What was some of your favorite Ghostbusters episodes, if you've seen the TV show? Did you like the new Extreme Ghostbusters? Because I would love to see Extreme Ghostbusters. Do you like Slimer? Are you a Stay Puft fan? What are some of your favorite Ghostbuster villains through the animation that you have seen? And anything else you guys want us to talk about, please leave a comment below. Until then, like and subscribe and all the other fun stuff. So I am Grimlock Stonehammer, and I'm with
Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne. He's just gonna. I'm not gonna give that huge title, Wayne. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We will have more discussions, obviously, because I like discussions. I'm actually gonna be talking with some other people with opposite popular opinions on certain iconic geek things that people really dislike, but these people like. That's gonna come down the line soon. But Yeah, keep in touch, guys. There will be more videos coming up. Check out the other videos. This is hopefully better than the last one we did. The sound quality was horrible, but we have evolved, and now everything is going to be good. So until then, guys, we'll talk to you later, and keep busting those ghosts. Because who you going to call? Ghostbusters. All right, guys, enjoy your day.